Dangerous statement from French President Emmanuel Macron. Turning against FIFA, demanding the expulsion of the Argentine team and stripping their title, standing up for the English. Watch what happened. Before we reveal these shocking facts, if you agree that the FIFA president must be removed and the Argentine team must be banned from international competitions, please like this video right now. Also, flood the comments section with "Expel Argentina and remove FIFA president" to make our voices heard against the systematic corruption. Corruption within the International Football Federation FIFA has become a public scandal that can no longer be ignored. The world's most popular tournament has turned into a rigged system designed to serve and protect the Argentina national team at the expense of justice and sports integrity. The history of this team is built on crooked methods. It started in the 1986 FIFA World Cup when they defeated the England national team through cheating and football thuggery, with Diego Maradona scoring a famous illegal goal with his hand and later admitting to the deception alongside another unfair goal in the same match amid terrible refereeing mistakes. This unethical behavior, relying on refereeing favors and bullying, is not a coincidence. It is a long-standing pattern supported by FIFA to secure titles for the tango dancers. A reality recently exposed by French President Emmanuel Macron in his fiery statements to French radio Monte Carlo. Emmanuel Macron started his speech by diving straight into the most critical and dangerous event from the recent FIFA World Cup final. He highlighted the wild behavior and clear bullying by the Argentina national team players right after the final whistle blew, and they suffered a humiliating defeat against the Spain national team. What happened on the pitch after the coronation is a true disgrace and a complete destruction of the spirit of sportsmanship. The entire world witnessed brutal attacks and open thuggery by Argentine players against the young Spanish team, without any respect for the opponent or the fans in the stadium. Macron pointed to those shameful and unfortunate clips captured by cameras showing Leandro Paredes and assistant coach Roberto Ayala attacking, choking, and directly punching the young Spanish players in a scene that looked like a tragic street war. The French president confirmed that this barbaric behavior perfectly reflects the mindset of this strange team that respects absolutely no one. Their players think they are above any punishment or legal accountability because of the excessive protection and constant spoiling they receive from the corrupt FIFA management led by Gianni Infantino. Macron demanded swift and decisive international intervention from all continental federations to end this ongoing thuggery and permanently expel the Argentina national team from all upcoming international competitions and tournaments to protect player safety and the prestige of world football, which has been stained by these actions. Macron stressed that international silence in the face of these scenes legalizes violence on the pitch and destroys the honest sports values on which football was built throughout history. Therefore, expelling the Argentina national team has become an absolute necessity to restore discipline and respect to the football podiums that were openly insulted in front of billions of viewers worldwide in this failed tournament, both organizationally and behaviorally, so that the game can fully regain its lost integrity and end this ongoing absurdity. In a strong gesture of solidarity and clear support for the England national team and the British people, Macron strongly attacked FIFA's tolerance of Argentina bringing provocative political slogans into sports stadiums. The French president asked in disbelief during his radio interview, "How does FIFA, which always claims to separate sports from politics, allow Argentine players to carry official political banners demanding the return of the Malvinas, Falkland Islands, in a global sports tournament that is supposed to unite people and not divide them?" Macron added that this dangerous act represents a flagrant and direct violation of all strict FIFA regulations that ban political slogans, and it represents a deliberate and unacceptable insult to Great Britain amid a shameful and unjustified silence from Gianni Infantino and his management. Macron confirmed that completely ignoring these clear political violations at the exact same time when European teams are punished harshly and with huge fines for the simplest expressive matters proves without a doubt a policy of double standards and open public favoritism for Argentina. He stressed that football pitches must never turn into arenas for political propaganda, border disputes, and international conflicts, and that this clear legal violation alone is completely enough to immediately disqualify the Argentina national team and freeze its sports activity internationally until it fully and clearly complies with the honest sports laws that govern the game. It is unacceptable for this team to use global platforms to pass government agendas that stir up trouble and disputes among fans given the total absence of deterrent penalties from the FIFA disciplinary committee, which looks like a partner in this clear legal violation. This drives us in France to declare our full solidarity with the angry British stance and demand the opening of an independent and neutral international investigation to reveal the details of this shameful collusion that threatens the stability and future of the international sports system and robs it of whatever mutual respect and credibility is left among everyone. Emmanuel Macron confirmed that this wild behavior and obvious favoritism is nothing new for the Argentina national team, but rather a natural extension of a long history of football fraud and open theft of titles. Macron looked back at the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup final between the France national team and the Argentina national team, saying, "I was present at that final in Lusail Stadium and I witnessed firsthand the systematic refereeing injustice and the imaginary suspicious penalty kicks given to Argentina throughout the tournament and in the final to make their world title win easier and ensure a dramatic ending prepared in advance." Macron continued angrily, "This victory through cheating is absolutely nothing new for them. They did it before in the historic 1986 FIFA World Cup against the great England national team when Diego Maradona scored the famous goal with his clear hand and they later admitted to the clever trick and theft. They always win big, crucial matches through these twisted, unethical and unsporting ways without caring about the rules." The French President Emmanuel Macron explained that Argentina historically relies on crossing the line, thuggery and directed refereeing to cover up its many technical flaws inside the green pitch. He stressed that a real and firm stance must be taken by the entire international sports system against this provocative team, working immediately to strip the last FIFA World Cup title from them to restore historic justice to its rightful owners, and clear the history of the world's most popular game from records of corruption, favoritism and cheap commercial plots that ruin the fun and integrity of football. This has made fans lose faith in fair competition between national teams. Therefore, France will lead an intense European movement to enforce the missing sports justice and punish the cheaters who steal the hard work and sweat of others without shame in front of the eyes of the world, which is completely tired of these repeated silly plays directed by FIFA behind closed doors in twisted ways that are obvious to everyone. Macron dropped a massive bombshell that revealed the collapse of the justice and refereeing system inside FIFA, turning it into a tool controlled by remote control by major political powers. The French president spoke about the huge scandal that took place during the USA national team versus Belgium national team match, revealing that FIFA President Gianni Infantino received a direct phone call and clear orders from Donald Trump, demanding that he cancel the red card and warning given to the American player, so he could participate in the upcoming matches without legal obstacles. Macron said sarcastically, "FIFA has started taking orders over the phone from presidents and politicians, and referees have completely lost their authority and respect inside the pitch." Macron cited Belgian and British newspapers that exploded in anger and described the incident as globalized and shameful corruption, confirming that FIFA under Gianni Infantino has turned into a private commercial company that sells decisions and positions to whoever pays more or holds political influence, making the FIFA World Cup lose its credibility completely and turning it into a silly play with a script obvious to everyone. He explained that direct political interference in appointing referees and canceling disciplinary punishments represents the final nail in the coffin of football integrity, as the green pitch no longer holds any real sports value against commercial interests and political influence practiced by leaders behind the scenes to please certain parties and direct match results in advance. Therefore, the European continent will not stand by watching this silly scene that destroys the heritage of the most popular sport in history, and there will be a strict move to put an end to this international farce led by Gianni Infantino for his narrow personal interest and his suspicious political relationships with major powers that openly force their agendas on the fair game. Macron turned in his statements to the media to the Argentina national team versus England national team match in the current tournament, describing it as a systematic refereeing massacre carefully planned by FIFA management to eliminate the English and ease the Tango team's path. The French president said, "Look at what happened to the great England national team. They faced flagrant and obvious refereeing injustice in broad daylight to secure Argentina's passage by any possible means." Macron pointed to what was published by major British newspapers like The Sun and The Mirror, which exposed FIFA's appointment of Ismail El Fath, who is described as the favorite referee of the Argentina national team and close to their marketing and sports circle in the American League, to guarantee the result in advance and indirectly direct the match. Macron commented on the match events, confirming that both goals scored by Argentina were completely incorrect. One was from a clear offside that the VAR completely ignored, and the other was from an imaginary penalty kick. He described what happened as a grand theft and open conspiracy to please FIFA and give full protection to their favorites in the tournament. This crude refereeing corruption confirms that integrity standards have completely faded away, and that major European teams have become victims of dirty marketing plots aimed at highlighting certain teams for financial profit, broadcasting rights, and commercial sponsorship, which is completely rejected and will be faced with a united harsh European response to protect national teams' rights and restore prestige to the international refereeing system. The French President Emmanuel Macron concluded his statements by putting the legal guillotine on the neck of the current FIFA management and the Argentine Football Association, announcing his leadership of a wide European and international movement to correct the game's path. Macron stated, "I fully support the demands of the English, Belgian, and European press calling for the immediate removal of FIFA President Gianni Infantino and banning him from managing the game's affairs." He added, "This man is no longer allowed to stay in his position for a single day, and I officially and definitively demand the expulsion of the Argentina national team from the next FIFA World Cup and stripping the last suspicious title from them as a deterrent punishment for their wild violence, barbaric behavior, and repeated political violations in stadiums." Macron stressed that the European sports system and continental federations will not stand with folded arms. They will move with strong legal and political pressure to withdraw confidence from Gianni Infantino and impose strict sanctions that completely clean the game from interest gangs and football thuggery to restore integrity, justice, and the honest spirit of sportsmanship. Macron confirmed that France will stand at the forefront of countries defending the honor and integrity of football and will not allow the world's most popular game to turn into an arena for cheaters and outlaws under any upcoming political or commercial circumstances. In conclusion, friends, share your thoughts on this topic in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get our latest updates.